This buddy just finished his sentence. He danced in front of the prison, and kept showing off with the new inmates. As a result, the next second, he fell on his own heels. The reason he was so happy was not because he was released from prison, but that he was about to become rich. 2 years ago, Paul was with some companions, stole a large diamond worth a lot of money, but there was an accident in the middle. His teammates wanted to take the diamond alone, but the result attracted the police. Paul had no choice, but to hide the diamond in the ventilation duct of a construction building, and he was subsequently arrested. It was easy to get out of prison, as long as the diamond, the future can be carefree, but bad luck happened. Paul, according to the address in memory, found the place where the diamond was hidden, but after getting off the car was dumbfounded. The previous construction building has now become a police station. Paul gnashed his teeth in anger, but the diamond is inside. Even if it is more dangerous to break in. So he pretended to be a delivery man into the police station, came to the 3rd floor, but the doorman told him that only 2 kinds of people can enter here, either handcuffed, either wearing a badge, which can be difficult for Paul. At that moment, he saw a police officer was planning to swipe his card to enter, so he ran over and handed him the takeaway, and stole his door card in the process. After that, he found his uncle who made a fake ID to help him fake the identity of the police, while he painstakingly studied the words and actions of police officers and bandits. Ready, Paul swaggered into the police station, but just entered the elevator and ran into a bunch of police. Paul forced himself to play it cool. Finally, he was able to muddle through to the 3rd floor. He went straight to the ventilation pipe of the toilet. Suddenly, a criminal ran in. Paul thought his identity was exposed. To the door is a foot. The criminal was directly subdued. Immediately after the police arrived, the sheriff looked at Paul curiously, asked, "Who are you?" Paul lit up the police badge and said, "I am new. More guidance in the future." The leader was very appreciative, immediately gave him a job. Also arranged a partner, Edward. The 2 came to the scene. The boss said he lost a large number of hubs. Formerly a thief, Paul quickly saw the breakthrough, found the missing hubs in the truck outside, but then an unexpected thing happened. This guy is a tough guy. In order to retrieve the diamonds he had hidden in the police station, just released from prison, he disguised himself as a police officer, and solved many strange cases. He is highly regarded by the leaders. Now, after solving a will theft case, Paul used his position as a police officer to drive a police car. One day he went to the supermarket to buy water to drink, but coincidentally, he ran into a robbery. Paul did not want to meddle, but at that moment, Edward came over. No choice. Paul wanted to ignore it, cannot be, so he used the gun to the robber's head. What he didn't expect was, Paul ran into a familiar face. This man is the previous diamond theft together with his partner Green. Paul took the opportunity to let him go secretly. In a panic, Green ran into a dead end, and almost revealed Paul's secret. In order to protect his identity, Paul took off his jacket, walked out alone to negotiate with Green. After some persuasion, finally 20,000 yuan to let Green was caught by Paul. This can make Edward excited. He was instantly attracted to Paul. He became his faithful little fan. The leader even promoted him to the head of the task force. And all this is not important in Paul's eyes. Finding diamonds was the main thing. As soon as he could, he went into the ventilation ducts. Finally found the location where the diamonds were hidden. But all that was left was the tape. Paul wouldn't give up, trying every possible way to find the diamonds, but he was able to find it. He found the diamonds. It was in a ventilation duct in the evidence room. But just as he was about to enter, the director suddenly called him. He said there was a case of smuggling artifacts that he needed to handle. Paul half-heartedly agreed. He brought his men to the scene, but the FBI looked down on them. They wouldn't let Paul touch the evidence, and kicked them out. On the way back, Paul felt very frustrated, and with his years of social experience, he judged that this was not a simple artifact smuggling. There should be a bigger deal behind it. That is drugs. He was once a famous thief, but now he has become a highly decorated police officer, but also with the experience of theft, solved a number of major cases, became a veritable famous detective. But some people are blind, did not see his strength. Angry Paul could only on the talent. To prove himself, he speculated that behind the smuggling of cultural relics should be drug trade. Let colleagues notify air support. Search for suspicious vehicles. Sure enough, in a car, they captured the drug dealer, but also seized a large amount of drugs, and he followed the drugs into the evidence room. Finally is to get back the daydreamed of diamonds. But at that moment, Paul was surprised by a loud shout. The diamond fell directly into the drug box. When the leader came in and said that the FBI people want to take away the drugs, but Paul cannot agree to so he came up with a way to use drugs as bait to lure out the mastermind behind The FBI people heard this idea is good immediately agreed. Also, let him take charge of the case. Paul also gladly agreed. He took the hostages to the delivery location. The car just stopped. He got into the back of the car and easily got the diamonds back. But then the traitor Danny rushed over and also grabbed the diamonds while they were scrambling. The van took off, after which it was sent to a bunch of people who turned out to be the drug lord's men arriving and looking at a few strangers. The drug lord was very cautious in order to prove Paul's identity, but also let him shoot at Danny, just as Paul took the gun and pointed at Danny. The police arrived just in time to surround them and also caught the drug lord, and Danny took advantage of the chaos to drive away. Paul also drove close behind and took out the smoke bomb in the car. Towards the air window of Danny's car is a shot. Instantly the car smoke, nothing can be seen. Paul drove the car in front, a sharp brake, so successfully overturned Danny's car. Danny was also taken out by Paul with a gun. At this point, Edward also knew Paul's true identity and purpose, but the prisoner was right in front of him, but he could not arrest, because just to capture Danny, Paul has crossed the border to another country. They have no right to arrest, and so, Paul with diamonds, from then on to live a rich man's life.